Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning. This is the Senior Moments Show. I'm your host, Sid Roeder. Bruce is out today, and I'm visiting today with Jeannine Groll. Good morning, Jeannine.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, good to have you back. We've had you here on the show before talking about nutrition and exercise and all the wonderful things that we all should be doing more of.
All the stuff I love that most people don't.
Exactly. Well, we wish we would love it, I guess. But let's maybe start off. No, actually, let me start off with our sponsor really quick, which is the Empowering Seniors Group, a group of professionals that has dedicated their time and effort to provide information to seniors, their family member, and really anybody who cares. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for this show, anybody you'd like to see us invite, you can reach me personally at 435-512-6406. Well, let's dive into it a little bit, Jeannine, and maybe we start off with any listener that doesn't know you. Let's have you tell us a little bit about you and why you do what you do.
Okay, well, yeah, I know I've been on a few times, but if this is your first time, Jeannine Groll, I have a fitness center with my husband in Preston, Idaho, which is where I live, is in Preston, Idaho. And we started in Tremont with a fitness center and opened another one in Preston. So we've been in the fitness industry for over 20 years now, about 22 years. And before that, I worked as a clinical dietitian, and then opening the fitness centers, wanted to put nutrition and fitness together where I feel like the magic really happens. So that's my passion. And about a year and a half ago, I also started as a dietitian for Cache Valley Community Health Centers, or Bear Lake Community Health Centers. Started in Bear Lake, but now they have clinics all over, with 2 right here in Logan. So I actually have an office in the Providence location, and I work as a registered dietitian and oversee their employee wellness program.
And so we talked a little bit before the radio show, and that is actually a service that anybody can. Is there any charge, or is it always free of charge? Who can come and talk to you?
Well, they can come and make an appointment with the clinic, and with that, they service the community. You know, they do lower income all the way to, you know, if you have insurance, they bill it through the insurances. And so that's what's kind of nice. Whereas before I was independent, so I wasn't able to run anything through insurances. And here they can run insurance, or just, you know, offer a sliding scale, or offer it for free. So they can come, they have a visit with a dietitian or us as trainers. I work with my daughter Whitney also, who is over there as a dietitian. And so that was a big part of why I jumped on board with the clinic, because we could work together. And she's amazing, and we have a lot of fun together.
That sounds like a great team. I know Whitney, so I can talk about this. Yeah. So, no, that's great to have you there together. So do you ever, I mean, you know, this show is geared towards seniors, and we've just had a show talking about some dementia issues. And can you also consult like family members that take care of their aging parents?
We sure can. Yep, and that's a really important thing, I feel, because we want them to help educate them on the type of care and what kind of things would be good for them and stuff. Because sometimes it's hard when nutrition or fitness-wise, you know, what to kind of do for them, because they might have a little different dietary intake. You know, a lot of times they can eat your healthy foods too, but sometimes they have different needs.
And so what's the process? Maybe you can explain the process a little bit. If I come in and talk to you, how do you analyze what's best for me?
Usually we like to have you fill out, or a family member fill out, an intake form, so that prior to coming in, we know like what an average day looks like, what you're eating already, you know, and what some of your health concerns are, what are some of the things that you're looking for, or what you're looking for a family member, so that we can kind of pinpoint and customize this just for you, and not waste a lot of your time just asking like a ton of questions. So I guess the first thing, you'd call over to the Bear Lake Community Health Centers or Cache Valley Community Health Center here in Providence and Logan, and just schedule an appointment, and then they would send the forms. And then from there, I get the forms, and then I can kind of see what you're looking for. And then when we sit down, then I can go through and help, whether it's setting up with a nutrition program or if it's setting up with an exercise program or doing both, whatever the interest is. So we can kind of customize that for everybody.
That is great. And what's usually a timeline that it takes for you to set up a program for someone?
It's usually an hour visit. Yeah. Usually about 45 minutes to an hour to 60 minutes.
Well, that sounds great. Let's see. We've talked a little bit about cognitive health. Gosh, maybe I can get it out today before the show, because one of the things that is proven is that you can actually help that with the exercise and the nutrition. Are there any special things that you can maybe share with our listeners that are important to look out for?
Yeah, when you look at some of the statistics, for example, like 40% of people ages 65 and older experience some degree of cognitive decline. And, I just turned 50, and I was swearing that I was starting to experience some of that myself. So, as we start to age, our brain cells don't regenerate as fast and things like that. So what we want to do is optimize. We want to prevent. First of all, prevention's a big thing, but we also want to optimize our brain health. And so it was a big topic this last month for the clinics, and I really enjoyed that. And so I'm so glad you invited me on in order to help with preventing, because there's a lot of issues there. Like my own father-in-law passed away with Alzheimer's, and my grandma passed away from that. And so it's in my family, and I want to prevent, any type of dementia or Alzheimer's, or even if you have that, how to help with those issues. So yeah, there's a lot of good things we can do.
Okay, well, that sounds great. We're already coming up on our first break here, so maybe before we go into break, I want to give you a chance, Jeannine, to give us all the locations that you can be found at and a telephone number to contact you to set up an appointment if someone's interested.
That's a good point. If you want to just go, you can contact me directly at area code 208-406-9586. That's Jeannine. Or you can call the clinic, the Cache Valley Community Health Center. And so you just want to look that up on Google or the phone book and just call over to the clinic, and they can set up an appointment for you.
Super. Thank you so much, Jeannine. We're coming up on our first break. Again, I want to remind of our sponsor, who is the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. We're going to take a little break right now. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram offers free delivery service 5 days a week, Monday through Friday throughout the valley. Just stay home and they will deliver to you. With 25 different suppliers, they won't have the shortage that others might have. Also, with compounding and many other services, they will be able to serve all your needs. In order to stay safe and help slow the spread, please call Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram at 245-DRUG, and they will take care of you.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. One of the ways we help loved ones stay in their home is by assisting with daily tasks. These may include bathing, meal preparation, medication reminders, and housekeeping. We even help with shopping, transportation, and errands. Most of all, we offer a trusted level of care. Let us help you live your best life possible with Comfort Care. This is Bruce, and you can call me at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
Whether you have a small business, large corporation, or sole proprietorship, remember Cook Martin Polson has provided quality accounting services since 1977. At Cook Martin Polson, they believe you've earned it, and they're going to help you keep it. Take a minute right now to call 750-5566. That's 750-5566 to set up your tax appointment and let Cook Martin Polson show you how to keep the money you have earned.
This is Jared Ripplinger with Cook Martin Polson. You've worked hard for your money. Let us help you keep it.
This is Mark Thurston with White Pine Funeral Services. The best time to plan is when you have time to plan. Having a prearranged funeral gives peace of mind for everyone involved. White Pine will customize your final wishes to fit your needs, from a traditional burial to cremation to a custom headstone. White Pine also accepts prearranged plans from other mortuaries, and we will absorb any transfer or revocation fees. No penalty to you. Visit whitepinefunerals.com or come and see us for more information.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
And welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. I'm your host, Sid Roederer, visiting today with Jeannine Groll. She is a dietitian and I think health consultant at the Bear Lake Community Health Center. And did I say that right? Or is it? Okay.
Bear Lake and Cache Valley. Bear Lake was original, and then it's Cache Valley Community Health Centers here in the Cache Valley area.
Yes, awesome. And Jeannine is also an owner at Groll's Family Fitness up in Preston. And we've been talking a little bit about cognitive health and things you can do to keep that going as long as you can. And of course, the first mean question I have to ask Jeannine is, what foods should you stay away from the most?
Well, as far as cognitive development, most likely fried foods. Fried foods, they have a lot of trans fats in them. Also things like the margarine and any of those that have more of the trans fats in it is definitely harder for brain health. So unfortunately, if you like fried foods, that might not be the answer you wanted to hear.
No, that's okay. I'm good with that.
Okay.
I don't need fried foods. But okay, so let's jump into the positive then. What are some foods that are contributing positively to our brain?
There's so many good foods, and I love superfoods, like foods that are just like going to nourish the brain and nourish the body. And some really good ones, like the berries are so good. Blueberries and there's so many, like the bilberries and different things that are high antioxidant value and also help nourish the brain cells. But you also have things like the nuts, the healthy fats like walnuts and stuff. The only challenge with nuts is I feel like I get started, I'll eat like the whole bag. So there's portion control on that one because they do have a lot of calories, right? Yeah. So, but things like that would, and of course your vegetables, things that have a higher antioxidant level, fruits, vegetables, and then the healthier fats, avocados, have some of the good healthy fats, your olive oils, avocado oils. I love chia seeds. They have some really good ones. Flax seeds will also, and some people will use a flax oil. So there's some really good healthy fats that can be used for the brain. And I feel like for a while there, we were going fat-free, and that scared people away, and that wasn't really good for our brain when people were cutting all the fats out. But now we're just finding that balance of using healthier fats instead of unhealthy fats and using higher antioxidant foods like some of our berries and our vegetables that are like the deep leafy greens. I know my husband hates kale, but I still make him eat it.
That's funny. Now that you've made me all hungry.
Yeah, right?
Let's maybe talk about the other thing, because surprise or no surprise, exercise can help with that also. And are there any specific exercises that promote that, or is it in general just being moving?
Moving is a really big part of it, but also there are some specific ones. You're right, and research and current research overwhelmingly shows that exercise is the most important daily habit that you can do for your brain and to prevent cognitive development. So nutrition's important, but exercise is probably like one of the number one things. And I was like a little surprised by that when I was looking over that, because I'm always like nutrition's number one a lot of times, But I understand the reasons behind it. And you're right, there's so many different types of exercise, and a lot of times there's barriers as we get older to exercise that are a little more challenging. And so we have some solutions to that. But if for that brain health, the exercise will help generate and develop new cells. So as our old cells are dying away up there, we want to build new ones. We just don't want to go in the hole, kind of like sometimes the bank account, So if you keep deducting and not replenishing them, then it can go in the hole. So you want to regenerate those. And so you have the heart health benefits and all that, but as far as the neurogenesis or developing new neurons for the brain, that's so important. Also, exercise helps build proteins for the brain. And these proteins are growth factors which help regulate your whole body system. So if you want your body to work right, your brain has to work right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So we have to have those proteins that act as growth factors for our brain. And so that is definitely a big part of the exercise. And also just that increased circulation, blood flow. I like yoga as part of an exercise because we'll do a couple of inversions, and that means just kind of even with our silver sneaker class, which I still teach over at Pioneer. I love that. We just do a modified inversion because you definitely, as you get older, you don't want to do a headstand, right? But we can do a half bend and lean up against the chair and still get a little blood flow going into our brain. As we do some of those. But resistance exercise is very important. And a lot of times we focus on getting the walking and stuff for our cardio, for our heart. But as we get older, the lean muscle mass drops so quickly. And that affects our activities of daily living. And so they also show that the strength activities is so important to strengthen your brain. So if we want to strengthen your muscles, and the brain is a muscle, then we have to do those strength exercises. And so just finding things that we can do that's part of why I'm kind of going into a direction where we're starting a study. And I want to find ways that we can help people of all ages, especially seniors, as they're going into this phase, do things like strength exercises when maybe they have challenges. Maybe they have surgeries, or they've had, I was just talking to my mother-in-law, and she had some heart issues and just had to have some heart surgery. And so there's a lot of things that we have to modify, and that's what you got to be careful of. So we just want to make sure that you're safe, and we work with your doctor, but also that we can get you into the healthiest brain and the healthiest body.
Right. So all of that is maybe for the listeners that have just tuned in. What you do at the Bear Lake Community Health Center here in Providence encompasses all that. You can lay out a plan that helps with nutrition and an exercise plan to get going on that. And before, we're already coming up on our next break here. So before we do, I have one quick question, and that is there any particular exercise that anyone, any age can do that you can recommend that helps?
Well, that is a good question. Usually I would say most people can do the stretching exercises that we encourage, to help keep the movement in joints, And so I would say definitely if there's just one thing that you can do, at least stretch and then get the body moving. Just however you can do, get that body moving.
Awesome. So we're coming up on our break. So let's be sure to give you a chance, Jeannine, to mention the phone number and the location where people can find you.
Okay, so I'm over there at the Cache Valley Community Health Center, and the phone number you can reach us at is 435-755-6075.
Thank you, Jeannine. This is the Senior Moment Show. We are sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for this show, you can reach me personally at 435-512-6406. We're going to take a little break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know 10,000 baby boomers qualify for Medicare every day? Did you know that you'll start to get swamped with mail about Medicare 6 months before your 65th birthday? Did you also know it doesn't cost anything to use an insurance agent to help you navigate through all those offers? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. Let me help you understand all the offers you're receiving and find the plan that fits best for your situation. Call me today at 435-890-8155.
You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty.
I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
This is Brian Erickson for the Sunshine Minute. Each day, our nurses, CNAs, cooks and servers, housekeepers, laundry staff, music, recreation therapy teams, office staff, receptionists, and many more arrive around the clock. These heroes show up ready and willing to serve and protect our residents and clients. We are so grateful to our dedicated team. On behalf of the Board of Sunshine Terrace Foundation and our community, thank you to all of our employees for keeping us safe. We bring more to life together.
Welcome back. This is the Senior Moments Show, visiting today with Jeannine Groll. She is a dietitian and health
coach,
consultant,
personal trainer,
whatever you want her to be. She's all that and then some. At the Bear Lake Community Health Center in Providence, also an owner at Groll's Family Fitness up in Preston, if you've ever been there. And we've been talking about cognitive health, nutrition, and physical exercise. And Jeannine's already in a past show has talked to us about, it's called B3 bands. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to bring that back up because you actually have a very exciting study that you're going to start here in October, and you're looking for some people. But let's dive into what B3 bands do for people first.
Okay, so as we just talked about, exercise is one of the most important daily habits to prevent cognitive decline. But a lot of times people have a hard time with types of doing the high intensity type exercise that's needed. For example, for bone health, we need resistance and weightlifting. For heart health, we need some higher intensity type cardio activities. And so what I've been loving that has come out into the market, it's actually been on the BFR training has been in Japan for about 30 years. But it's only been in the United States for about 10 to 12 years, mostly it started out with our Olympians to accelerate their training and heal their injuries, and then it's been in physical therapies, to help, because it accelerates healing of the body. So now it's come out more to the general public. In the last about 3 years, I've been involved helping train people with BFR bands, and this stands for blood flow restriction, but it's really, these type of bands have been patented for safety. They're the only ones that have been patented by Dr. Gunderson, the Olympic doctor, for safety issues. And so these are probably the only ones I would recommend, which is why I use those and not the other. Especially as we get older, we just don't need any more injuries, where it's easy to get injured by a band that will cut off all the blood flow versus these that just modify it enough so that your body thinks you're doing a really hard workout when you're just doing something really light, like going for a walk. So if you put these on and you go for a walk, or you get on like your vibration plate that you have that kind of uses vibration technology, your body senses that you're actually lifting weights and running, because of the oxygen deficit into the muscle. And because of that, it releases 25 times the growth hormone that we can get with a normal workout. So that growth hormone is our anti-aging hormone, which is super important as we get older. We want that. They say it rolls back about 15, 20 years on the body. But it also helps to get the bones stronger and more dense. So we're having exciting results with DEXA scans, getting the bone density up. people with osteoporosis, being able to utilize this instead of maybe utilizing medications to do so. Heart health is amazing because of the nitric oxide release that happens and also that growth hormone. So many benefits with people who suffer with heart disease and high blood pressure, and a lot of really good results with blood sugars. Regulating blood sugars. So because of that, a gentleman has started these studies in St. George and then in Salt Lake to monitor, just to kind of get data, And so I heard about what he was doing. I was really excited about it. I wanted to run one in Cache Valley, so I'm getting trained on how to run the study. And we'll be starting one in October. So we'll actually start that study on October 24th. We'll be taking participants. You have to agree to utilize, you'll be given a set of these bands, and you agree to utilize those for 10 to 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week. So that's just basically the only requirement besides, not using them more than 20 minutes, and utilizing them 10 to 20 minutes a day, and to agree to do a body scan, which we do a 3D body scan that measures your muscle, your fat, your metabolism, your inches, so that we can track results. And we may ask for a couple other markers if you have like blood pressure and stuff, we may take your blood pressure to try to track the changes there, or blood sugar. So it doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't cost anything to participate. It's a 30-day study. So you just have to exercise for 30 days. We start out very gentle.
So it sounds to me like this is a good chance also to try out these bands, because, as you said, you're not required to do an excessive athletic regimen here.
Right.
We're talking about 10 to 20 minutes of either walking or doing any exercise that feels good to you. So the scanning goes on only at the beginning and at the end, or do you have something in between that you're checking?
Right. It's just at the beginning and at the end, and you receive support and education along the journey. You have me as a dietitian to kind of help with the nutrition part. And so I love that it's just about helping see what kind of effects take place as far as health effects. And we've been seeing on the one studies that have happened so far, just amazing results. So I'm really excited to have this here. And if you want to be part of that study, there's I've got a site set up for it. It's called the B3 Journey. So if you can remember my name, Jeannine, and it's spelled Jean, like in a pair of jeans, and 9, like the number 9. So it's Jeannine, Jeannine, and then the letter B, like as in boy, B3 Journey.com. So JeannineB3Journey.com, and I'll be overseeing the study in this area, and we can get you hooked up. We only have room for 25 participants that don't have bands. So if you have bands, you can sure hop in, but if you don't have bands, we only have 25 bands available. So it will kind of be a first come, first serve type of study. So if you're interested, just go there, and there's a little contact form to just fill out.
Okay, super, Jeannine. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing that. I hope you have some great success with that study. This is the Senior Moment Show. Sadly, we're at the end. I'm sorry. We hope you tune in again next week.